Schoolhouse Intuitive Tarot, thanks for tuning in. I'm here with 3 main moon messages for you. Well, it'll be 3 to 5. We'll see what comes out though, all right? So we're going to start out with some oracle cards. I'll use a lot of moon-themed decks throughout the reading, but let's see what we have. Yeah, actually, I'm going to start out with something else. I'll start out with this deck. So these are general, not personal readings. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. You have free will, final say. Intuition knows best. Now, let's see. What do we have? It's going to be all placements of Libra. All placements of Libra. Okay. It's hard to shuffle these, obviously, because it's a really big deck. All right, Master. So card 9. This is Capricorn energy here. This is about discipline, about working smart. This has to do with your focus, okay, your structure. All right, you'll see this person's practicing some sort of martial arts, it looks like. Maybe that's something you connect with. All right. Some sort of energy work they could be doing too. But this is about you mastering something that then impacts your overall life. Okay. So you're in the flow, you're learning a new skill. This is very, it's almost like you're becoming more intense and powerful as an energetic being yourself. So you may be extra magnetic at this time. Let's see what else we have. So learning something new. You have Pioneer. You could be the first to do something in your family, or this is Leo energy, card 2. This is about, trailblazing. Okay. This is some sort of like navigating uncharted territory, really, so there's something about here, this unwavering courage you have. So far, we really do have something about, something coming in about your structure, which will clarify all of these messages and what they really mean for you. Something about your structure, something about, getting all your resources in order. Perseverance. Yes, navigating challenges. What else is coming in here? I hear Amy. I heard Evelyn. I'm getting like Martina. So you have Cabin here as well, card 3. This is Libra energy. Now this is interesting because this energy actually has to do sort of with being like disconnected. I almost feel as though some of you are disconnected in order to move forward, and that maybe you've learned some sort of skill on your own that's going to give you a little more autonomy. Maybe you're actually going to be able to, work for yourself. Let's see what else we have here. Coming in with the other messages here. Let me see here. Let's get a few of these Moon Dreaming Oracle cards. Let's see. The decks I use are in the description box usually, or they're mentioned in this video. This is the Moon Dreaming Oracle by Maruka X. And you have Witch's Moon. So this is about your manifestations coming in really quickly. All right. So you're mastering something, or you have mastered something. And this is about, it's something sacred too. All right. So some of you may have become very clear on your intentions. Some things maybe have been revealed to you during this other, this super moon here, very powerful moon in Pisces, and it was, a lunar eclipse actually. And next we have this upcoming eclipse here tomorrow, depending on where you are, but it's tomorrow in my time on October 2nd. And that's the annular new moon Libra eclipse. It's a solar eclipse, and that's going to be with the ring of fire. All right. So then you have the Milky Way here. So I just feel as though some of you, you're being guided by higher forces here. This is about connection overall. It's like working on a team. It's interesting because there's a lot of energy. It's like working on a team, but also working alone. So I'm going to get into what all this means. And then you have Moon Stag. Now, Stag has been coming up in different decks, not this one, but other decks for Libras. So this is about being ready to take on more responsibility here. Maybe you're going to be living on your own, moving on your own, getting something on your own, working for yourself, as I said. Let's get some Light Seers Tarot messages here with these, because we want to try to get 3 big themes here. So what are some 3 big themes? All right, let's see. I want to actually I want to put these cards in a different order. Okay, there we go. Now, because I'm kind of seeing things developing here with these cards. Sorry, little kitty, you're going to lose your candle for a moment. Okay. Let's see. All right. You're getting the Page of Wands. Mm-hmm. There's this little inspiration here. Not a little, it's actually going to lead to some the big leap. This is actually very similar to Fool energy. So you're getting this new beginning because you've learned this new skill. You've overcome something. All right. You yourself are the guide. Maybe you've been looking externally for answers and solutions, but then maybe you're now realizing, I feel as though a lot of you are realizing during this eclipse time, especially that you actually are your greatest teacher, like you're actually very wise is what I'm trying to say. Um, Not that you can't learn from others still, but there's something here about you realizing through some sort of stillness. Maybe some of you are confined in some way. You've had to go within. You're isolated in some way, maybe. But it's also this like insulation. So it's you could look at it as being isolated or being insulated, so that you aren't as influenced by outside forces. So I think part of why I'm getting this working on your own, I think that's like in a practical, physical sense. But I also feel as though um, there's this teamwork. And some of you, it's not other people. It's actually like you working with the universe, working with your guides and angels and things like that. So, and actually crossed over ancestors, loved ones. All right, let's see what else. So things will come in quickly. Let me see. You're ready for this, and you are being guided. So those are kind of like three messages, kind of themes, and we're going to go in more detail, obviously. Then you have this Ten of Pentacles here, Ten of Pentacles. This again, it's tying into your grit, all right, to you navigating something, and this could be directly related to family or your heritage in some way. If it's not like family right now, but I get, okay. I see something. Hang on one moment here. Let's see. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, some of you are, it's because you're shedding your past. That's amazing. This came in right now. This is the Knight of Swords. Okay. And this is like you're quickly, because you've for a lot of you, you've been struggling for years and you've just had challenges and challenges. And a lot of that could have been this stuck energy relating to childhood or something else that happened years ago that really had a big impact on you. It could even be an ongoing health matter, certainly a relationship of some kind too, or even having this career for a long time, putting everything into it and not really feeling like it matches your energy. So there's something about you removing yourself from settings that aren't matching your energy, all right, and realizing that we can only meet people where they've met themselves. All right, that's a key theme here popping in. But this is about uh, you. I'm getting a lot of Chariot energy, even though it hasn't come through yet. But it is about you having you've been able to master something and focus. It's like you've overcome something. You have more control over something, rather it controlling you, and you have this more like authoritative presence about you, a much bigger sort of powerful. You may be like more magnetic at this time, and this is about because you're in that you've like kind of raised your own vibration, and you're refusing to settle, and you're refusing to get sucked into, negative vibes, I guess you could call it. You're able to manifest things because your intentions and you know where you want to go, and you're becoming a lot more curious even about how you're going to get yourself there. And I feel as though some of you may be feeling a little more hopeful. This is good. Okay. I heard something about Lily or Lilith, like Lilith Moon. So there could be, you may have some connection to Lilith Moon, or you may want to look up where your what sign your Lilith Moon is or something. Learn a little bit about that, because that's like our I don't know a ton about it, but it's kind of like our dark side, like the kind of darkness we bring into our to this lifetime, things we really need to work on. That's my understanding. It's kind of like your shadow self, from what I understand. And it's kind of like you may have had this life where you've always kind of felt on your own, or like things are they've just been difficult. And I'm getting a lot of family energy from this, but I feel as though some of you have just had this unflappable like belief, in something higher than yourselves, or you've just always been like more spiritually in tune with what's going on. Or you just may have always just had this sense of right and wrong, even if you saw like other people around you not doing the right thing, like family or whatever. It's like almost like you're sort of like I'm getting this like they're giving me a visual of concrete, like a concrete sidewalk, concrete blocks, you know, and there you are, this flower that somehow pushed through and is growing in the middle of the sidewalk. Now that could be, it's a metaphor, obviously, but it's also, it could be that some of you notice when you're walking, you notice this um, like flower growing in a really weird spot, or, you know, it's like, oh, wow. Okay. So there was just like tremors just now. It's not, but this was like in my third eye, but I felt the whole thing. So this is some of you. I'm getting something about balance. I could literally be picking up on an earthquake of some kind. You know, obviously I hope everybody's safe and I hope we don't have anything major like that, but I just felt it really big. Some of you could have vertigo or something going on, but there's this big shift. I mean, this has been coming up in readings, you know, it's massive. It's going to be different for all of you, but I also feel as though we're feeling it all on this global level. Okay. But I feel for some of you, it's once you've decided to remove yourself from you know, this, although a lot of you, you've already removed yourself from anything toxic, so to speak. I feel that word's overused. That's why I do air quotes. You know, you've removed yourselves from things that, and some of you don't talk to family or you don't talk to exes. You've had to cut somebody off. And that's a big theme coming in. And it was like, that was the right thing to do, it seems, in this reading anyway, take it or leave it. But it seems that was the right thing to do, because that is like you breaking cycles and breaking, it could be breaking a cycle of anything, you know, addiction, financial struggles, you know, abuse, whatever it is, you know, it's like you've broken the cycle. It ended with you. Maybe you're the first person to go to college. Maybe you're the first one to really be like a really good parent, you know, or something along those lines. But there's also, maybe you spent a lot of time as a kid, or you yourself, something could have changed for you too during quarantine. You could have had a lot of time to be sort of, you know, just kind of on your own. And in a way, yes, it was isolating, but in a way it was also insulating. And maybe you really got to know yourself, or you yourself are now dealing with something where you are on your own with something, but you're feeling maybe more positive and hopeful, because maybe you feel the guidance coming in, like you feel that higher power with you. So some of you you've already been feeling this higher power. The stag has to do with your own spiritual, your own psychic abilities, intuitive abilities, because those antlers are actually antennae, you know, tuning you into that energy of the moon, which has to do with, you know, your perceptions. And you know, the moon, think of the moon card in tarot, you know, it's just like showing what's behind the veil, what's behind that curtain. And you know, you could be feeling sort of well, it's also a very intuitive energy, but and connected to water too. But I think of like the ocean. I was getting almost, because I have this ocean theme, like water table here. When I felt that sort of shifting, it's almost like it made me think of, yeah, like the tides of the ocean shifting. And so I feel as though there's this massive change coming in. I feel as though we're starting to feel the beginning of it. And this can be, again, on a personal level, but also I feel it's like globally. All right. So something to do with our overall climate. Yeah, I know there's changes overall, global warming. I know that. I'm talking about something that actually we're going to actually feel it more. Something beneath the surface, I feel as though you're going to be feeling it more. So that is another major message coming in. So one major moon message is that yes, something is going to be manifesting very quickly. The other one is you're guided by higher forces. And the other one is that, you know, this, because you've decided to take action and take responsibility, there is this shift that's going to happen for you, and you're going to feel more possibly right now you're already feeling more like impacted by events around you, and also you're having a greater impact on those around you. So there's this kind of like increase in power right now happening for a lot of you. So that's another main message coming in, but we're going to expand and we're going to get other messages too. Let's see what else we get. It's because you've worked so hard. It's because you've made these changes. Okay, there's the 10 of Wands too. Yeah. So again, this is some of you. It's almost like your load's going to get a little lighter now. Okay, because you've already, you know, traversed this mountain here. Okay, and so your journey, it's like the hardest parts of your journey for some of you. I'm going to hear a great big amen. For some of you, the hardest parts, you've already gone through them, and it's going to get better from here. So a lot of you, you need to know that it's going to get better. You may be feeling tested at this time, and I want you to know things do get better. All right. So this is what the guides are telling me right now, that some of you really need to hear this. Okay. And again, these are general readings, but I think overall, this is a message a lot of us need to hear right now, is like, keep the faith, keep the hope, because that's what's going to drive this change. And, and if you accept this higher guidance too, it's like, yes, you're going to be given more responsibility, but with that comes more opportunity too. So, it's like kind of there's two sides to that, so you're going to be able to let go of some burdens here for some of you. I'm getting Taurus energy, even though that's fire with the wands. And then and there's Taurus energy right there, or the Hierophant. All right. So this has to do with your teachings. Maybe some of you are a teacher or trainer, or you are a spiritualist in some way, right? Or an energy worker. But this is about you having, again, I keep getting the word autonomy. So some of you really are going to be able to make some things happen for yourself. All right. It could impact generations to come, or like I said, break this sort of karmic cycle or ancestral pattern that you've been experiencing in your life. Yeah. High Priestess, super connected to different phases. Now, when I said, things get better, that's the thing. The High Priestess can see all stages of things, right? And is connected to all stages of that moon, right? Lots of moon energy here. And so, it's about almost like getting what you can and appreciating what you can out of every step of the journey. Even though some of them are tougher than others, it's kind of like allowing everything to come in, and wow. I mean, wow. This is to see the Hierophant on the High Priestess, or the High Priestess on the Hierophant like that. I'm going to tune into this for a moment. So let me just see here. Some of you, there's a debt being paid. It could be karmic or otherwise. Some of you, it's like you may not even be aware of the power you have, mental or like spiritual gifts, until you actually free yourself, have this like sort of positive, like you free yourself from what's holding you back, and then you give yourself that time to work on something. You decide where to put you make a very concentrated effort to focus your attention only on what's giving back to you and making you achieve the things you want in life, things that are helping, not hurting, right? Not hindering. And there's that Nine of Cups. Yeah, that's that. You free yourself here. Okay. I get very much like Fool card energy. I just saw 1717, which is of course the Star card. So the overall aspect of this, of you, or the overall impact of you learning and this being in the flow here, is that wish fulfillment here. Okay. So that is that wish fulfillment, but we do need to, in order to feel this light, free energy and this true new beginning, we are letting go of all that baggage, letting go of the baggage. And we're going to experience this triumph here. Very triumphant, fruitful time for some of you. And you have the Ace of Swords. So this clarity comes in. This is about you, again, that guiding force, that sort of going about it on your own too. You've freed yourself from something. And because of that, this is maybe you're feeling the influence of like the powers that be, or you yourself have this grand, I just heard exposure. So something could be coming to light, this revelation. And it could also just be just what you needed. I just heard magic, like this magic elixir almost, that you, because something could happen that could, be disappointing, whatever. But because of that, or maybe it's already happened, honestly. Because of that, though, you are going to get this shot at something that's way better than what you would have had anyway with that situation or person. So, yeah, but there's boldness here. There needs to be some sort of bold energy here to put you on that right path. But yeah, so connecting to your own resources, maybe your resource to many. Yeah, you have death, rebirth. So I was getting this sort of like limitless. I was getting the infinity symbol, interestingly enough. And now we have rebirth here, and right in between death and rebirth is this infinity symbol. And so it's about that limitless. Now look at these cards together. Look at that, with the beams of light, that illumination, and that sort of, that's that new beginning. That I'm getting star card energy again still. So this is that healing that's happened, right? It's you being able to really have this rebirth and this reconnection to who you always were, but maybe life got in the way, so you're returning home. For some of you, you're returning home, and that can be literal, figuratively, but I feel it's very spiritual sense that you're returning home. You're returning back to that dreamer in you, that childlike innocence, that spiritual being who just wants love, and doesn't hasn't created anything in their lives to deserve all the hardships. So it's like you realizing that you are so much more valuable than you've been experiencing in your life, almost, or like you're way more valuable than like you may have been treated. And you have temperance here. Oh yeah, there's that another big card of healing here and transformation. And yeah, you've had to be patient. That's I used to, whenever I see the temperance card, I was like, really, I have to be more patient. But the temperance has to do with that blending of energies, that harmony. That's why we're getting that sort of like infinity symbol with rebirth and death. And that, so to have 13 and 14, death, rebirth, and then temperance, you are definitely ascending. Okay. This is about so the temperance is the alchemist. This is about you creating what you want. All right. So it's very like kind of magician. It's like kind of nourishing all aspects of yourself too. All right. So this is about being whole. This is about staying away from things that are sort of like all or nothing, or personalities that are really rigid. Okay. So it's about you kind of being able to, again, sort of be in that flow here, in that like sort of endless loop of magic and transformation. And in fact, you actually had in that witch's moon, you had that magic, manifestation there. And it says on the card, yes, spell work, sacred intentions, magic. So about things manifesting quickly. But ironically, it's the temperance card, because, and that's about, again, like kind of being patient and being very balanced. But that's the whole thing, is once you yourself are balanced and aligned to your true self, because you've done this healing. A lot of you have healed and things, and you've just grown so much. You were just not that person that they wanted you to be, or that you used to be. And because of all that, you're really in the flow of life, and you're really able to make things happen now. Maybe some of you are, really just aligning to your, like I said, your purpose. This is it's like a balancing of all energies, really, masculinity, femininity. It's just blending. It's sort of too like accepting all of your journey, accepting all of your journey in order to have this rebirth, because you've shed whatever it is you need to shed during this there's like a newfound awareness here coming in with that death and rebirth card. And that's where I get that, see that, oh wow, it's shining in like the star, and it's something that you cannot ignore. Like once this happens, this growth, it's like you can't go back to how things used to be, because it's new beliefs here. This is a new awareness. It's just like this spiritual, it's like an initiation almost, so I feel a lot of you are being sort of spiritually ascending right now. You're being guided. I want to get an Angels Among Us card. And you have Saint Dymphna. All right, so this is card 21, Saint Dymphna. Now 21 would be the world card in tarot, right? And again, that's that whole completion process. This has to do with support, well-being, your mental health. All right. And I just heard something about like a little luck goes a long way. So some of you are getting this like lucky breakthrough for some of you. All right. Let's see what else we have. We have Archangel Haniel. This is card 7, about friendship, moon cycles, and psychic ability. How cool is that? During this moon reading. And then you have that high priestess connected to the moon. And here you have Archangel Haniel. One more Angels Among Us. And this angel has amethyst on. Maybe you have like a moon tattoo or floral tattoo. There's also maybe you have something like zodiac related. Okay, and then you have Saint Francis card 22. So this is regarding animals. Some of you, maybe you work with animals, or you're noticing yeah, okay, so there's animal communication. This is about service and activism too. So some of you maybe are going to go ahead and maybe you're trying to do things that are more like solar powered, plant powered. Connecting to the natural world is actually really beneficial as far as your psychic abilities too. For a lot of you, like that could be your element. There's a lot of spiritual growth that's been happening in nature for a lot of you. I want to see what else. I want to know if there's something we need to surrender to. Let's see if there's something we need to surrender to here during this nice new moon annular eclipse energy in Libra. Let's see here. Oh, one fell in my lap. What is it? Surrender, frustration. All right, let me put these cards aside. So this is about frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, regroup, and then approach more calmly. That's totally the energy of the Hierophant, the High Priestess, Temperance. That's all of that right there. That is exactly what this is. Much more balanced approach here. That's what helps lead you to this Ace of Swords clarity, which then the overall outcome for that is that 10 of Pentacles, that long-term stability. So you're doing things right now that are really affecting your life positively if that's for a lot of you anyway. And it's for long-term happiness. Okay, it's like living that life you want. It could be finding the partner you want. It could be getting the job you want. It could be working for yourself. It could be getting the new home. Some of you are getting a license or being licensed in something. Okay, let's see here. What else do we have? There's something here about clarity. There's also something about let me just listen for a moment. Sometimes I get some the stillness. The stillness I hear a lot during the stillness. Let's see. I noticed our moon went out here. The battery, I hadn't charged it. So some of you do need to recharge your own batteries in order to be getting those lessons and blessings, I'm being told. I'm actually getting something here right now about like an ice cream stand, or this could be something to do with a family business. I don't know if you're taking over or if you've left, but there's something here about like either, again, it's tricky to figure out because it's a general reading, but it's like there's that cycle of rebirth. So it could be it's almost like a business closing and reopening better or something. Okay, so there's something there to that. All right, so it could be anything. It could be something directed to like about your childhood too, a childhood wish or dream, or there's something here too about like just stopping and enjoying things. Here, Rebecca. I heard Felix. And something about letting something fester. Let me get a card on if letting something fester. Yeah, okay. So this is about wallowing in grief and feelings of abandonment and things like that. The Five of Pentacles, when I'm hearing letting something fester like that, whoever or whatever left you or didn't work out, or you left that or whatever, it's like you've got to release that, and you're being given this clarity now, this key almost to the universe. It's like your key to abundance here. There it is. Actually, I didn't even notice it. There it is in the card right there. And I actually have a key on my table right now. So this is interestingly enough, it actually looks kind of similar to what's in the card here. And this is about you're unlocking mysteries of yourself, like on a deep, deep level. And you're realizing maybe the things that really did have a huge impact on you that you don't want to have them have an impact. And maybe you don't want to admit that, but they actually do. And that's about you releasing yourself from that. It can no longer affect you. We don't want, like, they're saying like, don't let it fester any longer, because you've taken yourself out of the situation physically. And so take yourself out of it in all ways and all that, like truly free yourself. This is what some of you, I'm also getting something about like getting a bargain on something, and you have justice. Yeah, justice has been done. And so it is, right? So this is, again, this card, big card of balance here, harmony. You know, you can find it extra difficult sometimes during eclipse season to remain balanced, but this is where I'm getting your true harmony lies, and your fate will meet you. Like so like what you're meant to have, all your blessings and all that. It's almost like you know, by you kind of getting this in, like you're getting all this almost like this hidden knowledge, and like again this truth comes out like and sets you free in some way. For some of you, I mean, some of you could be finding out that's, you know, someone you've been dealing with hasn't been quite honest or something, you know, and then you're like, good, because I didn't want to be in that anymore anyway, so now this is like what I need to make it super clear. Maybe the universe came in and made it super clear to you that, hey, your hunch was right about this person or situation, right? So some of you, that's coming in. I'm also getting something about Cobra. All right. This could have to do with insurance through work, you know, when you're let go or something. But so maybe some of you are let go, for example, or you have been already from a job or whatever, and it's like having that sort of it's actually going to be better overall, especially for some of you, for your health in some way, potentially. Now, I'm not a doctor, right? I'm just picking up on energy right now in this reading. But it's sort of like having, like, it's about not losing all hope, because let's face it, you didn't want that anyway anymore. Like, you weren't happy anyway. So it's really not something to like wallow in, I'm getting. So there's something here about, because the reason that can happen for a lot of us is fear. So there's something about you managing your fear here, and again, keeping yourself really balanced. And when we're looking at people and places and situations, being really honest and truthful with ourselves. So for example, like if we're really like, oh, really upset, you know, we were let go, well, yeah, financially that's upsetting or something, but you're going to have this support anyway. It seems, is what I'm getting through this for somebody who needs to hear it. You're going to have that anyway. And again, they're saying, let's face it, you weren't happy anyway. And now you're going to have that chance. You're going to have that chance to unlock something that maybe you thought was never, wasn't, you didn't even realize was available. Maybe it is like this like incredibly awesome situation or person that you never realized it could be so good. And that's kind of like what you're getting throughout this. And again, this could take months for some of us. It's going to happen, you know, not till 2026 even, from what astrology has been telling us. But the point is that it's here. It's coming. It's like you're seeing some indication of it. And it's because the actions you're taking, you're not just some passenger in your life. You are that driver of the chariot. And you have that Four of Pentacles here. Now, again, this is always the card that I hear. What are you holding on to for fear of letting go? Again, we were just talking about, you know, having to really let something or someone go. Because let's face it, you weren't being treated well anyway. You maybe weren't appreciated anyway, and you were ready for something better. So, you know, and some of you might want to know if you should invest in something right now. Like, say you want to start a YouTube channel, you're not sure if you should spend like, you know, a couple $100s on equipment or something like that. And it's like, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, I don't know. It really, like, that's a question only you can answer for yourself. I mean, let me see. Let's get a card on that. I feel as though it's like, yeah, take the plunge. It's kind of, yes. Oh my gosh. I was hearing take the plunge. And here we have this woman, this person, this massive, that's you know, a big, huge, well, they call it a dragon's tooth, but it's this big chunk of, it's an amethyst point. Sometimes it's called a dragon's tooth, but too, depending on what it looks like, or an amethyst wand. So that could connect for some of you, amethyst. But I'm also hearing Leo. So, but there's something here about, I'm getting this energy about like your guardian angel. You may be getting signs from your guardian angel to take the plunge. Some of you, it really could be take the plunge. So I've given 33 and 55 from the timer. This is transformation and knowing that you are protected and that your blessings are within reach, but there is going to be a little bit of like risk to it. You know, so if you really want something, it's like, yes, you know, we are going to have to sort of take that plunge here in this Fool card, you know, and there is, it may seem, you know, foolish to others to leave a good situation or a stable situation, and then you don't know, or like say you're leaving a relationship or something, and you're like, oh well, I don't want to be alone now. Well, but here's the thing. Do you want to live in a situation where it's just good enough and you're only going to experience that degree of happiness? Or do you want to take a chance and be opening yourself up to this whole world of wonderful possibilities, things you haven't even dreamed of? And it's about you being that sort of alchemist in your own life. It's bringing me right back to that temperance card. All right. So like, yes, there's a risk, and it's scary to sort of take that leap of faith, right? This is what the Fool card's all about, that leap of faith. But if you never do it, you're only going to get what you currently have, right? It's like if you don't take chances, this is what it's going to be. And if you're not happy, then it's almost like that is our nudge from spirit when we're not happy, when we're really just, we've tried and we're just not happy and things aren't changing. You pull into the parking lot of, I don't know, a relative's house or a job or something, and like you get sick to your stomach, and it's like, that's if you like, that's not going to change. You can't change other people or other aspects of a situation, but you can change your response to it, and you can change the day that you decide you're going to take control of the reins, you're going to get back in that driver's seat, is the day your entire world will open up for you. All right, that's a message they really want me to convey today in this reading. So let's see what else we have. I mean, I don't feel like I even need any more tarot cards, honestly, because that is like, this is like, it's like you're going to get your blessings, and there's going to be a big fat cherry on top to it as well, because you took the chance, and because you know what, you're taking a chance on yourself. And it's like, if we want anything else or anyone else to take a chance on us, we've got to be willing to take a chance on ourselves toward our own happiness. So, oh man, I'm just getting kind of really, I'm really feeling this emotionally for a lot of you. Okay. Big release is happening, a big release, or you're being released from something that's actually, it's really, no matter how it might feel overall, for most of you, for the most of you, it's going to be a huge, definite blessing is what I'm hearing right now. A definite blessing is coming your way. All right. And, periods of transformation and change, think of puberty. Like, that's not pleasant. We're not always our best selves, or it's like so awkward. And that's often what change is. But, like I always say, we get one chance at this life. All right. So let's make the most of it. If there's something you've wanted to do, but you've been embarrassed or scared or shy or whatever, I'm just encouraging you to please just go out there and do it. Put yourself out there. Me on this channel, like, I never thought this would happen. I didn't even like the sound of my own voice, so I didn't even want to hear my own voicemail. So I had the automated one, I didn't want an outgoing message with my voice. And now look what I'm doing. It's just, I'm just saying, I'm just a regular person like anybody else. And I felt driven to do something, and I was like, I'm just going to do it. And one day I just did it. And then now look, it's like, then there's no turning back. Once you open that door of possibilities here, once you accept the key, it's your whole world is going to change. And yes, there can be some rough spots still. I'm not guaranteeing, oh, everybody's going to have this overnight wonderful successful experience. No, I mean, it's still going to be life. You're still going to have to deal with people, and let's face it, people can be complicated to deal with, right? With their feelings and whatnot. But whoa, what else do we have? I shine my light outwards for all to see. There you go. Like I said, if you're wondering, should I get out there? Should I get on stage? Do I really want to just do it? This is what the reading is saying right now. The energy right now is saying do it. And I feel as though a lot of you have tuned into this reading because you want that inspiration. You want that sign from the universe. Well, this is your sign from the universe to go for it. All right. This is your sign from the universe. Now, I'm not saying, oh, just go and out and do whatever and not even think about it. No, this is something that's already been on your mind. It's something you already know that you need to do. You need to release. You need to start. You need to take a chance on it. You already know this. Nobody comes to these readings and I tell them something they don't know. You all know these things already. Okay. You come here maybe for confirmation, right? For my little energetic insight here. But overall, it all comes from you. All right. I can't take credit for any of this. This is all between you and spirit, between you and the universe, right? So that's what we get with that. By the way, happy birthday, Libras. Happy birthday, fellow Libras. Thank you so much, all of you, for your subscriptions, memberships, super thanks, super chats. I appreciate it so very much. And I do hope you're enjoying these readings with me. Please do like and share, subscribe, comment. It all helps. Consider checking out my second channel, Schoolhouse Intuitive Messages, where I read for all signs. And that was by request by some of my awesome viewers here. I am honest with myself and others. Yeah, be true, be you. I don't know how else to say it, right? So you have with these, Moon Goddess Diana was coming through too. Maybe you want to look into Moon Goddess Diana, or maybe the name Diana or Diane or Dina or Dana means something to you. And then you also have, oh, they're giving me one more name. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I think it's a J name, I think. It's not, is it Jesse maybe? Joey, JJ too, the name J even. All right. So could be double J's initials or something, but there's something there coming in as well. And I heard like Magdalene, Mary Magdalene maybe, or Magdalena or Magalena or Madeline, a name something like that. All right. So, oh, wow. Whew. There's just a lot, so much big energy. My goodness. Make sure you're hydrating too. Okay, that's very important here. That helps us balance out, clear out, and all that. So please do take care of yourself. And again, I'm not a dietitian or anything like that, but it's like common sense. You know, make sure you're drinking enough water. It's common sense, right? Gratefully, I surrender my struggle. Give up the struggle to make room for the magical and awesome, blissful surprises and blessings that are coming your way. Okay, that's what I'm hearing right now. So this is, it's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. I thought I was going to use way more decks, but my guides have been very clear on this message for you. Okay, I invite peace within myself. I ripple this outwards. So peace starts within, right? The healing comes from within. Anything you want or anything anyone else has wanted for themselves, it all started from within, right? So anything. Okay. I'm going to get some numbers cards here. Let's get celestial numbers, get a few messages from the angels too with these. I just heard white Subaru or white, there's something about this. So a white car of some kind. I'm even getting a name. I mean, a Bentley is a car, but they're giving me a name like Bentley or Ben. This is random too, as they always are, randomly specific, but I'm getting Alvin, and then it reminds me of that show Alvin and the Chipmunks. So was it Alvin, Simon, Theodore? Any of those names could mean something to you. Let go. I'm getting let go, let go, let go. I don't know if some of you are listening to lyrics or something. There's a particular chorus that's really speaking to you spiritually, and you're wondering if it's like from the other side or your guides or something, and it is. That's why you're so drawn to it, because you are always forever connected to your guides, to spirit, to source, even if you're not actively focusing on it at that moment. I'm getting Sylvania, like maybe Pennsylvania. A town you live in could end with Berg. Doesn't have to be Pittsburgh. It could be a lot of different things. I'm getting something like Shona. It's kind of an uncommon name, Shona, and somebody's like Nona. So I don't know if maybe you're Italian or you used to call your grandma Nona, but Nona is coming through too. Did you get it? That's what I'm being asked. Did you get it? Did you get it? What is that? It's going to, whoever's message it is, you know what that is. I kind of saw like longer necklaces too, or something like that on a person. It's like pearl, and then sort of like here, pearl of wisdom. There's something here that, remember what I used to tell you? Remember what I used to tell you when I was here, or when you were little? Just remember what I used to tell you, and you're gonna know what that is. All right. Oh, I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna cry right now. Some of you are really getting a message here from someone. All right. I'm really grateful. I just want to let you know I'm very grateful. to be able to channel like this for you. Let's see. And obviously, if these messages are triggering or upsetting in some way, please do seek help and do check out 988 in the description box and or change the channel, right? Nothing can happen without your permission, okay? You have free will. That's what they're telling me right now. Oh, man, I keep getting this grandmother energy. She's not gone. This just jumped. Oh, my goodness. So she's okay. So I'm getting this information here about, it's like it doesn't have to be an actual grandmother either, but I was getting this information about she's not gone. She has not left you. Okay. So whoever this is for some of you, they have not actually left you, right? Just because we can't see somebody anymore in their physical skin suit doesn't mean that they're not with us. All right. So you carry this on. Oh man, I didn't expect to like cry. Whew. All right. So 888. Rewards of your efforts are coming in. Okay, this is taking the right action. This is wealth building. Okay, so you're building wealth. This is your limitless energy and opportunities. 888, this is abundance. Big abundance coming in. And someone just, I'm even getting like, if your grandparents could do it and they had so much less, or your ancestors could do it, and so they succeeded to the point where you now exist, you can do it. Because a lot of us, we have way more than our ancestors had, and look what they accomplished. Even if it wasn't that great, but some of our, like going way far back, our ancestors dealt with massive struggle and trauma and things we wouldn't even understand, maybe for some, right? Just, I don't, these are always general, but it's like, have that confidence that you too can keep going, you know, take small steps, like be encouraged, look for signs of encouragement. You will find them. We find and see what we look for in some ways, right? Maybe we're not consciously aware that we're looking for certain things, but that's kind of what we attract. So that's why it's really important to, you know, be very mindful of what you're saying about yourself and who you let in and all that. Just make sure you're keeping your energy clean here and have that confidence. Have that confidence in yourself and your abilities, your skills, really. You know, if people give you a compliment, believe them, please. If somebody gives you a compliment, just, I'm getting this, like some of you don't know how to accept the compliment. I've been there myself. And now I just say, thank you. You know, like I really genuinely appreciate that. But it used to make me feel really awkward because I wasn't used to anyone saying nice things to me. That's just not how I grew up. You know, I heard the opposite. And so it can take a while to sort of unprogram and reprogram, right? And so some of you, I have this other final message for you, but for some of you, it's like you have to accept the compliment. If you're feeling good about yourself someday and like you think, you know what, I did really awesome today the way I handled that. Ride that as long as you can, because that is a big deal. Like the steps you take, the little steps you make are really actually huge, you know, because it's not easy. And, you know, we live in a very critical world right now. So if someone gives you a compliment, chances are they really mean it. Because how often do you go on and read comments and they're just all so positive about something, right? No, not generally. It's like people complain and feel they have a right to judge everybody else. You know, really, that's just a reflection of their own self, right? So, but if somebody's giving you a compliment, yeah, that's still only a reflection of them and, you know, their selves, whatever. But chances are they mean it, because compliments don't come easily these days, huh? They really don't. So take it to heart. And when you're feeling good about yourself anyway, because I mean, in some way, I'm going to say it doesn't really matter what people say, good or bad. But if someone's giving you a compliment and you feel that and you agree with it, that means that you're allowing yourself to sort of pat yourself on the back. So it could just be someone reminding you that, yeah, you know what, you did do a good job there, and you know it yourself and believe it and accept it, and therefore then you yourself pat yourself on the back. Because I like to think, you know, well, I kind of live by like, I don't need anybody else's approval. Like what matters most is how I see myself. So it's great though if other people like, you know, like us or whatever, but it's really not, that's not what it's about. Oh my goodness. I did not expect this. And you have 4 7s. We keep getting this, Libra. Seriously, viewer. Self-discovery. What I just say, what matters most is how you see yourself. And then I flip this and I get 7, which I'm highly connected to the number 7, as you might be seeing in these readings. Libra is, because, you know, 7th zodiac. But anyway, this is about you going out of your comfort zone. This is introspection. This is resilience, expansion. This is all about your spiritual journey. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love all this for us. Okay, but there's the other message I want you to know is that this came to me for you the other day, and I was doing sort of a meditative walk in nature, and I heard something like, you, if you're dealing with somebody or a situation that you have, like, you've outgrown or you've expanded or something, but they haven't and they can't handle it, I look at it sort of, if you look at it in practical terms, it might actually help you. So I look at it as, it's as though I'm the latest software. That might sound arrogant, but like, look at yourself as like the latest software, right? You're the upgrade, and they still are operating with like a device that can't handle that upgrade. So they're going to have to either get a new computer or whatever it is, or a phone, or you are going to have to, they're going to have to find something that is kind of like what they can handle. Because sometimes, like, it's like almost like people can't always handle your shine, your sparkle, your gifts, you know, people can't always handle like you know, when somebody else ascends around them. And so now I've just looked at it as like, it's not like they're wrong or they're bad and I'm good, because I don't like that. That doesn't feel good. That's not nice. That's like me then judging. But what it is it's like, no, I just look at it from a very practical, logical sense. It's basically like when you want the latest upgrade of whatever software and you have an outdated phone that can't handle it. And I look at it as like, well, their device is outdated. They can't handle the latest upgrade. Me, you, whoever, right? So that's what I've been thinking of lately, and I was given to tell you. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. So it's not even so that you can leave things and not be like angry and harbor all those feelings about it, because you can just say, well, you know what? Their device is outdated. You know, like they just haven't upgraded yet. They themselves have not, you know, put out the work and done it and acquired the new skills, the new computer or phone, or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, not everyone's going to be able to speak our language in a way as we continue to upgrade, you know? So anyway, oh my goodness. How are you kidding me? This deck is not a deck where we have like just repeating numbers. You know, it's like some of the numbers are all mixed up. Like, for example, you have 5656, you have 4646, and we're getting like triple number 14, 14, 50, you know. So yes, they're like repeating numbers, but we're getting master, like very well-known divine numbers: 222, 888, 7777. So this is your sacred match. So this is about, oh my goodness, we were just talking about this. Spirit, are you eavesdropping? Hope so. So this is about union, balance, collaboration, finding your person, finding your dream circumstance, your what really resonates for you. That's where temperance comes in, right? Aligning. You're aligning. Look how this person's posture. They're aligning. They're in alignment with their highest self, their highest version. And it's not about necessarily them having to go outside themselves and find someone else. It's just, you know, finding energies that resonate with you. And like some of you may be drawn to this channel because, you know, we try to keep it positive here. Like we try to, you know, motivate in an inspirational way and maybe have a little laughter while we do it. But so it's finding like other like matches for you, what's going to match you, because that's just going to help feed the good in whatever you're trying to do, your high vibration, right? So this is vibrating in harmony. It's amazing. I just felt like I just had like the cymbals. So maybe some of you are percussionists or something, but I'm just getting this as this huge reset for you. So that's what this new moon, I feel, this new moon solar eclipse in Libra is all about. It's that reset. It's that, that, that again, that harmony. And I just want to congratulate you and thank you for all the work you're doing to heal yourself and support yourself and work on yourself, because that affects all of us. So with that, I'm going to leave the reading now with one other card, an animal card. Don't go anywhere. Okay. So, and I know my readings are longer, and that's fine. I decided when I wanted to start a YouTube channel, I was going to have it be like what I liked, and I personally liked the longer, more involved readings. And I just the yeah. So some people have left comments about they prefer shorter, but this is what we're doing here. Sometimes maybe I'll do shorter ones, but for now we've got Wolverine and Octopus. So you have integration and exploration. That is so cool. That is all about you exploring what it is, like yourself, right? And integrating it into your life. We got to get one more from the top. And then illumination. Yeah, I just left the cards on the table. My goodness. Okay. And these are solar plexus, root chakra, and soul star chakra. So we move our way all the way up, right? So we have Wolverine integration, card 12. So this is you're on an important journey of healing and discovery. Don't rush the process. Fully take in the magic of each moment. And exploration with octopus. This is card 20. And this is solar plexus chakra. The I can, I will, I am. A magical adventure is calling you. Dare to explore what excites your spirit. Don't fear the unknown. Well, doesn't this just summarize things nicely? And then I have Lion, card 54. This is about illumination, soul star chakra. This is your being. You are a being of royal majesty. Don't be afraid of your power. Let your divine radiance illuminate the world. There it is. 555 on the timer. It just went to 56. Maybe you're turning 56, right? And also I was getting something about like coconut and chocolate cake. So there it is. All right. So yum. Can I come over? No, sorry. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Please do remember to tap that thumbs up button, subscribe, especially if you've been here a couple times and enjoyed this so far. And yeah, thanks so much. Happy birthday.